92% of people who set goals will never reach them. Not next year, not ever. And the reason has nothing to do with laziness, nothing to do with talent, nothing to do with opportunity. The reason is something far more brutal, something hiding inside you right now, quietly destroying every plan you make, every promise you whisper to yourself at 2 a.m., you feel it. That slow bleeding of motivation 3 weeks into a new commitment, that familiar collapse back into old patterns. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and by the end of the next 10 minutes, you will understand exactly why it happens and exactly how to stop it. Here's what the self-help industry won't tell you. They sell you systems, planners, morning routines, habit trackers with color-coded stickers. And none of it works, not because the systems are bad, because you are solving the wrong problem. You don't have a planning problem. You have an identity problem. You keep setting goals for the person you want to become while operating as the person you've always been. That gap between who you are and who you're pretending to commit to being is where every goal goes to die. There is one invisible habit that separates people who achieve their goals from those who don't. It has nothing to do with discipline, talent, or luck, and I will show it to you before this video is over. But first, you need to understand how deep this goes. Think about the last goal you abandoned, not the story you tell yourself about why, the real reason. Strip away the excuses, the busy schedule, the unexpected crisis, it wasn't the right time. What actually happened? You felt discomfort and you chose relief. That's it. That is the entire mechanism of human failure compressed into 2 sentences. You felt discomfort. You chose relief. Every abandoned diet, every unfinished book, every business idea that stayed an idea, the same 2 sentences. And here's where it gets dark. Your brain didn't fail you. Your brain did exactly what it was designed to do. It protected you from effort, from exposure, from the risk of trying and being revealed as not enough. Your own survival system is working against your ambition. Your brain has a name for ambition. It calls it threat. Every time you reach for something bigger, your nervous system fires a warning. Not yet. Not you. Stay safe. Stay small. And you obey. Not because you're weak, because the signal is invisible. It doesn't feel like fear. It feels like logic. It sounds like, I'll start Monday. It sounds like, I need to do more research first. It sounds reasonable, rational, responsible. But it's none of those things. It is fear wearing a suit, and there's a specific moment, a single turning point, where 99% of people make the wrong choice. They don't even realize they're making it. That moment is coming. And when I reveal it, everything will click. Stop. Think about this for a second. If your brain is designed to keep you comfortable and your goals require discomfort, then every goal you've ever set was a direct declaration of war against your own biology. You were never in a fair fight. Nobody told you that. School didn't teach it. Your parents didn't explain it. Society just said, work hard and you'll make it. That's like telling someone to swim across the ocean and handing them a motivational poster. So what do the people who actually make it know that you don't? It's not what you think. It's not that they feel less fear. Research from the University of Pennsylvania found that high achievers experience the same anxiety, the same resistance, the same desire to quit. The difference isn't in what they feel. It's in what they do in the 3 seconds after they feel it. 3 seconds, that's the window. Neuroscientists call it the decision gap. The space between impulse and action. When your alarm goes off at 5 a.m., there are 3 seconds before your brain completes its argument for staying in bed. When you feel the urge to skip the workout, there are 3 seconds before your mind produces a perfectly logical excuse. In those 3 seconds, you are free. Completely free. The habit hasn't grabbed you yet. The story hasn't formed yet. You are standing in the only moment that matters. The space between who you've been and who you could become. Most people don't even know this window exists. They think the decision was already made. They think they just didn't feel like it. But nothing was decided. They surrendered a war they didn't know they were fighting. So what do you do in that window? You move. Before the feeling passes. Before the excuse forms. Before your biology wins. You move. That's the invisible habit. Not discipline. Not motivation. Not willpower. Movement before permission. The top 1% don't wait to feel ready. They have trained themselves to act in the gap, to treat hesitation as a trigger, not a stop sign. Every time resistance appears, they recognize it for what it is. Proof they're headed in the right direction. Read that again in your mind. Resistance is proof you're headed in the right direction. Your comfort zone doesn't send warnings when you're staying inside it. It only fires when you're about to leave. So that anxiety you feel before the hard conversation, that's a green light. The dread before you open the laptop to work on your dream, green light. The voice saying, "You're not ready?" That is the clearest signal that you are exactly ready. Now here's the turning point I promised you. The exact moment where 99% of people choose wrong. It's not at the beginning. The beginning is easy. Everyone is motivated on day one. It's not at the end. By the end, momentum carries you. The moment that kills dreams is the middle. Weeks 3 through 6. The progress has slowed. The excitement has faded. The results don't match the effort yet. And your brain, your beautiful, treacherous brain, presents you with the most dangerous sentence in the human language. Maybe this isn't for me. That sentence has buried more potential than failure ever could, because it doesn't feel like quitting. It feels like wisdom. It feels like self-awareness. It feels mature and honest, but it's a lie. Dressed in your own voice, spoken in your own tone, tailored perfectly to the insecurities only you know about, the ones you've never told anyone. And in that moment, you have a choice. Believe the lie and walk away. Or refuse it and keep building, even when building feels pointless. The people whose names you know, the ones you admire, envy, study, they were not chosen. They were not gifted with immunity to doubt. They stood in that same dark middle. They heard that same voice and they said no, not loudly, not heroically, quietly, stubbornly, through gritted teeth and shaking hands. They showed up on the days it meant nothing. They worked when no one was watching and no one was clapping. And eventually, not quickly, not dramatically, the compound effect turned. The results arrived. Not because the universe rewarded them, because they refused to leave the room before the lesson was finished. You are in that room right now. Maybe you've been in it for weeks. Maybe you walked in today. It doesn't matter when you entered. It matters that you do not leave. So here is what you know now that you didn't know 10 minutes ago. Your goals don't fail because you're lazy. They fail because you are fighting your own biology without knowing it. The decision gap is 3 seconds. The dangerous moment is the middle. And the only habit that matters is movement before permission. You don't need a new planner. You don't need a better morning routine. You need to stop negotiating with the part of you that wants to stay the same. Starting now, not Monday, not next month. Now, in 3 seconds, this video ends. And you will have a choice. Close this tab and scroll to the next thing that makes you feel something for a moment. Or stand up. Open that project, make that call, write that page. Do the one thing you've been avoiding. The one your body tenses up just thinking about. That tension is your compass. Follow it. Your future self is watching you through this moment, and they are either grateful or still waiting.